Hey, how we doing, everybody? Thanks so much for joining us here on the Inner Circle podcast. What a show we have for you today. As for the first time ever, we have a guest, and we only get the best. He is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League. His name is Matthew Stafford, and he joins the Inner Circle today. Stafford discussing what the conversations are like when Sean McVay gets into his headset, the over-under on his longest rushing play of the season, what it's like throwing to Calvin Johnson basically with your eyes closed, and he discusses playing hoops with Matt Ryan in Atlanta with their wives. Plus, Mr. Ryan has a fascinating breakdown of play calls and why he really prefers the long technical calls in his headset as opposed to just looking down on the play sheet on his wrist. Plus, Aaron Donald, AD, recalling the story when former Falcons running back Devontae Freeman basically bows up to him in the middle of a game, throws a punch. He'll break down that. And then Todd discussing the impact of front office stability, but changes at the head coaching position when it comes to clients on his roster. All of that and so much more. But first, the first of many guests here on the Inner Circle pod, future Hall of Famer, possible MVP of the 2025 NFL football season, and a former teammate of AD, Mr. Matthew Stafford. Clap it up for Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm honored to be the first guest. I did not know that, but I'm happy to be here hanging out with you guys.
We're very selective with who we bring on, all right? You have to be the front runner for the MVP. You have to throw 20 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the last 6 games. Our standards are high. First of all, we want to thank you for coming on. Appreciate you dressing up, putting on your Sunday finest for us. We got an LA Dodgers hat on that has sweat marks all over the place. A nice little hoodie right there. Got the AirPods in. Yeah, thank you for doing that. I see you sipping, before we get started on kind of grilling you on the football questions, you're sipping on a coffee. How do you what is your order from Starbucks? All right, because I see it's a Starbucks cup. They got the holiday cups out there. What's your order? How do we take it? And how many cups of coffee are we having a day?
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, if I go Starbucks, I'm usually just the venti blonde roast with just a little bit of almond milk, kind of plain when it goes to that. Cups of coffee a day. I try to be one, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's a couple more in there for sure.
Pick me up.
You come around on a 3 o'clock. Oh, well, sorry. My girls wanted to say hi to you guys.
Come on. There they are.
What's up? Are we heading off to school?
No school today.
Veterans Day. Right. No school. So what's the plan? What's the plan with the girls?
They got a birthday party today. They're going to a friend's birthday. Y'all go. Sorry. Nice. That was bad timing. Go.
We got the twins?
Go. No. That was Chandler and Hunter.
No.
Hunter.
Go on.
Hunter, Uncle Matt says, what's up?
All right, let me re-rack that. Sorry. I'll just act like you just asked me a question about my coffee. Okay, so if I go Starbucks, I'm going venti blonde roast because it has the most caffeine, and just a little bit of almond milk in it. 1 cup I try to be, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I'm racking in a couple because those are long days. A lot of information coming at me fast, and need the caffeine to get through it.
I like it. Going around the horn here, I am probably at three cups. For sure 20 ounces to start the day. And then usually after I'm pushing some weights around, another 20 ounces. And then sometimes another one just to get through. Coaching flag football, AD, you know about coaching youth sports. You got to have a lot of energy, man. You got to have lots of it.
Definitely with them young kids, man. It's a lot. They can be frustrating. I don't understand how coaches can do it. I couldn't be able to do it, man. It's just too much, too crazy for me. So,
AD, are you a coffee guy? I don't remember you being a big coffee drinker.
Got to be a pre-workout guy.
I retired and I'm a coffee guy now. I retired and started drinking coffee. All these damn Zoom meetings I got and shit. Now I got to keep myself up, man. You know. So, never was a coffee guy.
Take us through. You know, you're getting ready to work out because I think this will be something we can ask Matthew about too. What is in your shaker? What are you putting in your shaker prior to working out? What are you taking before you get ready to go?
I got my Ready protein. I'm even drinking.
There you go. Shameless plug.
The plug.
Shameless plug.
A protein water, or I got my protein powders, or the sports drink. You know, so it's options. Nothing too crazy. And I just go in there and I raw dog it, man. Get in and work, get in and out.
I don't know if we should be talking about raw dog.
Do some cardio or hit the gym, you know. Raw dog all day, baby, all day.
Hey, Matthew, did you see Matthew AD's video of him just 160 in each arm, like no problem at all? And was there any workout from back in the day where you just like, man, he's just different. This guy's just built different.
Yeah, every workout I used to see, I'd be like, I'm over here working on some bands, and this guy's just mutilating fucking weights in our weight room. No, there's one good story. I think I've told it somewhere else before, but AD, there was this kid that was a Make-A-Wish kid, and he had beaten cancer at this point, and he was like a healthy high school kid at this point. It was awesome. He got to come in, and his dream was he wanted to hang out with AD and work out with AD for the day. So this kid comes in, and AD just is like, hey man, if you're gonna do it, you're keeping up with me. Like, I ain't fucking like letting you down. And he destroys this kid. He's puking in the trash can in the hallway from bicep curls. That's how many bicep curls they did. This kid threw up from bicep curls, and I'm like, I'm over in the corner just watching it. I'm happy. I'm like, this is just torture for this kid. He's trying to be like, yeah, this is great. I'm with AD. This is so much fun. Inside, he's just bubbling, man. It was a tough day for the kid.
Classic lesson. Be careful what you wish for.
You got to push him sometimes, man. It's a little work. A little work can never hurt nobody, man. It's all right, man. He got better. He got better that day. He got better that day. That's how we going to say.
He did.
We actually met in the gym. You guys will be shocked to know that Matt and Stafford and I met in a gym back in Arizona. It was the first time we actually ever met. Matt, by chance, do you remember the story at all? So I'll remind you.
If I'm in a gym in Arizona, was that when I was coming out of college?
Yes.
At API?
API, exactly. So
it's a long time away.
So I come in the gym. Well, you'll remember this quickly because when I recruit in the Southeast at the time, everyone automatically assumed that I was signing whoever was from the Southeast, right? Oh, an SEC guy. Oh, you're signing Todd France or whatever it was. And so at Georgia, I had a bunch of guys. I can't remember what years they all were. Maybe before you was like Thomas Davis and other guys and Kendrell Bell and whatever. And I walked into the API and you and I and you're like, oh, you're Todd France. You don't remember, but you got called in at Georgia. Because apparently remember something with me, like they accused you or they thought like
you guys were cheating. I get it.
That's what
you gave him some money, right. Todd. Just tell the truth, man. You gave him a little bit of money in his pocket.
I wish. Fuck, AD. I could have used it.
No, listen, if I did, I'd be like, dude, you got to pay me back. You've definitely made enough to give me some back. But no, we didn't do that. But that was the first time we actually met. He's like, oh, you're Todd France. I was like, oh, yeah. I had never met him before. He had never met me. But yet the accusations were out there that like, I don't know if I paid him or whatever it was, or you weren't allowed to talk to juniors at the time. And I was talking to him supposedly. And I think you got called in at the time at Georgia to ask about me.
Times have changed, man. I mean, what it's like nowadays with the kids being able to talk to either marketing guys or whatever it is, it's just so different. I remember back in the day, there was another incident too, where I think it might've been all part of the same thing, but I was buddies with like Jay Cutler at some point. I'd done Elite 11 with him, and he went to play the Falcons, and he got me tickets to the game. Oh. And I sat in the seat where he got me tickets, like family section, nosebleeds, and I got busted. Or not busted, but like Georgia calls me in. They're like compliance, this, that, and that. I had to pay for these tickets. I had like no cash. I'm like, shit, all right, fine. I'll figure out a way to scrounge up some money to pay for these tickets. And now these kids are making millions of bucks in college. It's different times, but
way different times.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
it
great. Was. I hope it was in 2008. You were probably still at school. I was playing. So just so we can say that you paid to come watch me play.
Yeah. I think it was. It was still. Mike before you, right?
Okay, it was before my time.
Yeah.
Before my time.
I would never pay to watch you play.
That's right. Just so we're clear. All right, let's start back in 2000, whatever. You're at API, you're training, you're getting ready for the draft. I want to know, we're stepping on the scale back then. What are we weighing back there getting ready for the draft?
So I remember I came into API and I was like 232.
Yeah.
And by the time the draft happened, I was 225. I was in great shape at that point. But yeah, I mean, early draft was probably 232, something like that. And then I stayed at 25 my first 2 years, and I got hurt twice. And so they were like, we need you bigger and stronger, which just meant bigger, not really stronger. Yeah, right? So then I was, 230, 235 for a couple years. And remember, I was with like Drew Stanton, Sean Hill. These guys were units. And so it was like, That's the way the game was. Well, and also the rules back then, they could just pick you up and dump you on your back. So you had to be a little bigger. But I've been tapering down ever since then.
I was going to say, so it leads me to where we're at now, right? Year 17. How different is it year 17? What's your weighing? How you take care of your body? What is like Monday like after a game, Tuesday like after a game for you at this stage of your career? And how different is that from, like you said, when you were training with Sean Hill and Drew Stanton?
Yeah, it's way different. I'm probably 212 now. That's kind of where I hover at, right around there, 210 to 215, but usually around 212. My Mondays, I have a body guy that comes to the house. We go an hour and a half every single day. And so I work with him on Mondays. I go in and I run and lift with the guys. I come back, get some work done. Tuesdays, back in the day, I would go in, lift, run, like do all this. And now I just try to like completely relax, get my body turned over for Wednesday, watch a bunch of tape, get caught up on all that kind of stuff. But it's different, and I feel better on Wednesdays when I get to practice when I don't run a marathon on Tuesdays and lift weights, so that's nice.
Funny how that works.
Right. And I do feel like it's helping me, play longer. I mean, the rules help me play longer now. You can't get dumped like you used to where you're breaking AC joints and collarbones and all that kind of stuff all the time.
I miss them days, man.
I bet you do, you jerk.
Bet.
God. But no, it feels nice. It's nice to kind of be a little bit protected in there and be able to play for a while.
So I was watching this clip on social, man. Tee me up, Z. And we know how great, Sean McVay is, how great of a coach he is, but sometimes we know he can be a little long-winded, right? I will watch. How often is he doing this shit to you?
Paint it, all right, with 3-jet rib Z Brownie. Oh, easy, listen. 13 duo, Tim. Yeah, here it is. Woo! I got it. Stop. Yes, please stop. Oh my God, he's still going. Hey, he's still going. Hey, snatch this. You get it, right? I mean, he's still going. You're 1.5 yards from an edge split in the middle. I mean, this is unbelievable what I'm getting right now. League, boys.
How often is Sean doing that to you, man? You got to tell him, hey, Sean, I got it, man. I've been doing this a long time, man. I got it, man. How often you got to tell him to chill out?
TV timeouts, man. TV timeouts are tough because he's got open mic and we are not up against the clock and he is just going.
Man. Take your finger off it.
And he, the best part about it is he's given all these coaching points that are like day one coaching points for all our guys. Hey, if this guy's doing this, you make sure you snatch him. If he's here, you're coming down, all this. And I'm just having to relay. And all the guys can hear it because it's quiet in a TV timeout. They can just hear the noise coming in. They're all laughing at me. And I'm like, he's still going. And I can't talk back.
Yeah. So what's your signal for Sean to like cut it? Because like I feel like every quarterback, if your back's to the line of scrimmage, I'm just going to show it. Mine was always like,
yes.
That was like the universal, shut the fuck up.
It's like, shut it. God, I didn't know you were here. Ty, go on.
Oh,
sorry about that. That's my youngest.
I dropped the
Tyler.
F-bomb, but I know she's heard it.
Are you kidding me?
I know she's heard it.
Go on. I know. It's okay. Go, please.
Oh,
sorry about that, guys.
No, tell her to say hi. She can come say hi. You broke.
She needs a little discipline in her life. All right. She needs a little discipline. She needs to hear no. Get out of here, kid.
We've got her schedule. We've got her schedule for next week. It's good.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, going back to it, I was going to say, what's your go-to, Sean? Leave me alone. I got this.
It's usually this one. I've developed this, like, all the guys make fun of me. Like, I get in this, like, super long leg, one leg out the huddle stance now.
Yeah. Get down in there.
So I used to get on a knee, and I, like, after, I think it was 2015 or 2016, I'm like, golly, guys, my knee's killing me after the season, my right knee. And they go and take an MRI, and they're like, your entire kneecap is like a bone bruise. And I'm like, I don't even know what happened. They're like, you just knee on it every day, every practice, every game. And I'm like, all right, so I'm going to stop doing this. So I get in this super long lunge now that everybody makes fun of me for. But I usually give them that, and every once in a while it turns over to, something else to please be quiet. No, he is the man. I love it. And now he just messes with me. After that clip came out, he's like, this is the part I love where he's like, you can't talk back, and I'm just going to keep talking to you right now. I'm like, but it's a lot of fun.
If he had a mic to communicate with AD, what do you think he'd be telling him? Anything?
No, coach. You just let that guy go hunt. He was AD ruined so many practices that we were a part of. I mean, this guy was one of my first days at the Rams. AD, I don't know you remember this, but I had just gotten there. I had had thumb surgery in the off season because I tore my UCL in Detroit. And we're running quick game. I'm throwing a hitch to the field. And this guy on the second day of training camp in no pads puts Bobby Evans in my lap, and I smash my thumb on Bobby's helmet. And I mean, crickets. I mean, it was like, and I was scared shitless. And I was like, no. And the next day, everybody's wearing the Guardian caps because AD's just
I was mad as hell about the Guardian cap. I was like, oh.
Yeah. You ruined it for everybody, bro. I didn't have to put Bobby Evans in a blender, bro.
Sometimes you got to protect their guys, man. I got to do what I got to do to make sure that guy's still playing how he's playing, man. It's all good.
I hear you.
All right, Zach, make Matthew watch one more clip here.
Let's roll through this. So, Matt, there's been a
I love how he shakes his head. He just knows something's coming.
It's not going to be good. I know this.
No, it's great. It's just
all good, man.
This went viral because you throw a touchdown pass, and everybody says that you were running faster after you made this touchdown than you would on any offensive running play. Your reaction?
I totally agree with you. I feel like the ball, like when I run with the ball, it's got to be like the weight of like a bowling ball or so. I slow way down. There's too many things going on in my head. I'm like, get this ball out of my hands. I always joke with Sean that's like, you know, we get out on the edge on a keeper, and the only thing I can think about is like, somebody else take this ball from me. I don't want it anymore. But yeah, I was rolling pretty good. The juices were flowing on that one. The last thing I thought we were going to do on that play was score a 85-yard touchdown. So I was losing my mind a little bit.
Have you had the point in your career yet, which I had this in Indy, I had this like 30-some yard run against Vegas, and I'm out there running, and I'm like, man, I was rolling. And then went back and watched film the next day and saw it and was like, oh my God, that's
walking
embarrassing.
fast.
That was embarrassing. You're still moving. Has that happened at all to you yet?
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm moving good. Ragone, you know, Rags is always in there in the QB room. He's like, hey man, you look like you're moving good. And we like turn the tape on. I'm like, oh God, I don't know, man. It just looks like it hurts. But no, I mean, I haven't gotten out on a 30-yard run. Congratulations to you for getting out for 30.
Huge.
Holy shit.
That's right.
How'd you do that? Was it 2-man or what?
Man-to-man coverage. Man-to-man coverage. We had this like crossing concept where it was like 4 guys going to the left.
Yeah.
And I climb up in the pocket and I pump fake. And then I look and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to run, take off. And I got like 5 yards into it. I got the first down and I'm looking around and I'm like, somebody's got to be here. I got 10 yards into it. I'm like, where is everybody? I got like 25 yards into it and I'm like, oh, I'm going to take this to the house. Then I got past 30 and somebody swiped my ankles and took me down. But yeah, it was wild. Scary experience.
That's incredible. That's incredible. The guys in the strength room always they set like a little over under on the longest rush of the season for me. I think it just goes down by a yard every year. When I first got there, it was like 12. I think we're at like 8.5, and I'm still taking the under. I mean, yeah, I'm probably getting down before that. So I got no juice left, man. I'm trying, but shoot.
You got a lot of juice, man. You don't need to run. When you got an arm like that, big dog, you just keep playing how you playing. Please don't get hit. Keep playing how you play, man. And this is from a Rams fan now. I'm a Rams fan. I watch it every Sunday, so you know I like that. I put on the Niners, baby. 42 points, baby. Keep that shit up, man.
It was a good one, man. They're always a tough out, especially at their place. So it was good for us to kind of go play a complete game. Defense played good. Got some turnovers. Got out early, and we're able to run it and throw it. It was a good day.
All right, Matthew, I got a little question for you right here. Better teammate, okay? Aaron Donald with the Rams, probably a great teammate, or myself in the Wyuka Baptist Church Basketball League. Who's a better teammate?
I mean, both enforcers. I'm going to take AD. Guy made a few more plays than you did on the hardwood.
I bet.
But, you know, Matt was an enforcer when we had him on the team, man. He got a little bloody nose at some point, I think it was. He was chasing down people and getting aggressive out there. You know, our wives were playing on the team as well. So
Co-ed league. Shout out to the state.
Yeah. And
time out. I'm calling it. How does that work? You got 2 alpha males, competitive as hell, and the wives. What level of competition? How does Matt Ryan get a bloody nose in a co-ed rec basketball league in Atlanta?
Yeah, well, we say co-ed. I think we had the only 2 girls
were the only team
in the league.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the competition was pretty good, and but like Kelly played high school basketball, was a good player. Sarah obviously played college basketball, player, good player. So they wanted to come out and hang out, sure. And if we got up big or whatever, they would kind of jump in and play. But they were good and would piss the other teams off when they were making buckets. But I don't remember the context in which Matt's fight, I guess fight's a strong word, the incident happened. But it was like he was throwing bows, like wrestling over a ball.
I think somebody might have hit Sarah, not hit Sarah, but like bumped
fouled
Sarah
hard
or something, like fouled her or whatever, because she could play.
Yeah.
Both Kelly and Sarah could play, but got fouled a little hard. And I was like, man, hey. That's my wife.
Whoop your ass.
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
All right. Like,
throw
I'm a nice
no shade
guy.
at the wives, man. No shade at the wives. They can play. I just didn't know how they would turn into, because they got some serious game.
So I gotta tell you a funny story about how I got onto this basketball team. Matthew shot me a text. He was like, "Hey, we're like short. We only have like 4 people, and the gym was like right below the condo I lived in." And so it was off season, whatever. I had went and played golf. I was sitting in the having drinks after golf. I had like 5 beers. He texts me. He's like, "Yo, we need you. Can you come just play basketball with us for an hour?" I've had a few beers, man.
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it. So I show up to this first game. Speaking of that kid puking, working out with AD. I'd had like 5 or 6 beers, and I'm out there running down the court. I didn't realize this was like a competitive basketball league. And I'm like, oh, my God, dude, I'm dying here. I had like 6 beers playing basketball or whatever, but that's how I got suckered into to playing.
We roped him in. We roped him in, and then we won the league 2 years in a row. So it was good. We were also like the jerks. We were the jerks of this league. This is guys coming from all walks of life coming in who are buddies playing basketball. And Matt and I at the time had like Nike contracts, so we're like outfitting everybody in our team had matching foam posits. Like we looked fucking sweet.
Just swagged up out there.
Oh, we were swagged up, AD.
Like it.
And we were kicking ass, and people hated us, man. They hated us, but oh well.
So I was talking about drinking beers. I'm curious. You get a big win after a game, okay? Maybe you don't have anything to drink. Maybe you do. But I'm saying big win, you throw for 4 touchdowns like you seemingly do every week. When we get home, and no interceptions, by the way, but we get home, do we prefer nice tequila on the rocks, something like that, or just cold beers?
Back in the day, it was cold beers. It would be
Tequila.
more, we're streamlining it now. We'd have to go tequila on the rocks or maybe a glass of red wine. Those are kind of the go-tos. But to be honest with you, I'm so dang old, man. Like I'm doing everything I can to try to not swell up and feel like shit the next day. So I've been limiting that.
Nothing better than being like 25 years old, getting onto the back of a bus after a road game. 4 or 5 beers hit so good.
Yes, no doubt. Agreed.
So good.
I got one football question before we bounce, and there's no wrong answer on this. Final play of the game, you need a touchdown. Who are you throwing to? Calvin Johnson, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp.
Devontae Adams. I mean, we got to put them all in there, Coach. Shit.
He can't answer. He can't answer. He's still playing. I'm going to answer. I close my eyes and throw that thing to Calvin. Throw it up. See what happens.
It's not a bad option. Never was a bad option.
Puka's got a contract coming up. Throw it to Puka.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you, Calvin was so unique in the way you game plan and played football, because I remember going into games, like no disrespect, but we played the Cowboys at home. I forget what year it was. He had 300 and something yards. Might have been 2012. And they were playing a bunch of post defense, and our coaches were like, "Hey, we're gonna run this, sail concept, post corner, and if you get post defense, just throw it up, but just treat it like the post player's not there." And I'm like, "You sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right." Sure enough, in the game, Heath is in the post. I throw this thing up. Calvin goes up, rises above both of them, pulls it back. Calvin, I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever been a part of. But like some of these like decisions that you make looking back on it, you're like, what was I doing? But we were straight up coaching it like that. I mean, it was like, hey, just treat it like he's not even there, because he's going to go either make you right or it's going to be incomplete. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Staff, last one for me. Give us somebody you've thrown to underrated, flies under the radar, but somebody you played with that like not many people might know about, but you just love playing with them. Awesome to throw to.
Yeah, I think a guy that had a really solid career. 2 guys kind of come to mind, to be honest with you. A really solid career that people don't think about too often. I had Marvin Jones, who I think came from Cincinnati, was in Detroit, and had the he came right after Calvin. So everybody was like, these expectations were, and he had the great mindset of, hey, I'm never going to be that guy, but I'm just going to go try to be the best version of myself. And Marv was unbelievable. His ability to go compete for the ball when it was in the air. He had unorthodox kind of running style when he would get open, but he was a stud. And then I think Golden Tate too, right? I mean, Golden Tate had a great career in Seattle, and then obviously I had some great years with him too, and a totally different kind of receiver where he's like a stronger, sawed-off kind of guy, but could play big. Yeah, and was a tough guy to bring down. I've been lucky in my career, man. You go through the list of guys that I've been able to throw to, and it's been a whole lot of fun. Hopefully those guys feel like I've helped them, have some success, but at the same time, those guys were unbelievable players in their own right. So it's been cool. I've been blessed and lucky, and I still am to be throwing to the guys I am right now.
Clap it up, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I was going to say, we'll let you go. Thanks for being your normal self on here. We appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
Thanks for dressing up.
Yeah. Sorry for the kid interruptions, but they wanted to say hi to the
girls are welcome anytime.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yeah, man, stay healthy, enjoy the ride. Yeah, I know you cherish every single moment in the league, and we really appreciate your time here on the Inner Circle.
Yeah, you got it. AD, I'm going to hit you up again. Don't you think that's the last time? You can let them know about that, too. Keep lifting them 160s, you hear me? All right, y'all be good.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
See you, man.
He's great, man. AD, I know you have a special bond with him. To be playing at this level, Matt, I know you respect what he's doing. The level of skill that it takes to dominate, it's just hard to fathom what he's doing at this level, at this age of his career. Just mad respect for what he's doing, right?
Consistent football, man. He's playing good ball. Take care of himself. He's a student of the game. That's one thing that I used to love about him, right? Because I thought I used to go to the facility early. I'd break down film. And I used to always walk in, definitely the Super Bowl year. I'll see him and Cooper Kupp always there. I could never beat them to the office. They was always there, locked in. And it kind of motivated me, pushed me like, all right, let me get there a little earlier now. So I always commended him, man, because he's a special talent. Obviously, his arm talent is like no other. I seen that the first day we had camp. And I remember I got him rushing, boom, boom. I get back there. I don't even know how he got the damn ball off. He did some shit like this. And a window this big between two defenders, Cooper Kupp caught it right there. I'm like, how the hell? I'm like, oh, yeah, we got something here. He's a special talent, man. And consistent football. We always talk about being consistent. He's been doing it year in and year out. They're being, what is it, year 16 for him? Year 17? What is it?
17.
And still playing at this type of level, man. And MVP chance, like, that's just a testament of, his hard work and what he's doing and the guys around him, man. He's a hell of a leader.
100%. He's a great leader because he's authentic. And I think everybody can see that, just from a short little, interview, spending time with him. He's one of the guys. And I think that's one of the things as a quarterback you have to do is you have to navigate this space of being a face of the franchise and having, conversations with the front office and with coaches and all of those things. But you've got to be able to bring it to the locker room too. And the most important relationships you can have is with the players. And Matthew's just a genuinely good person.
He is.
And just fun to be around. But he's a competitor and he's got incredible self-belief. And a lot of God-given talent to go with it. And it's been fun to watch. I mean, he's, in my opinion, right now, he's a front runner for the MVP in the league. And there's still a long way to go. But I think to AD's point, his consistency, there's no reason to think he won't continue to play at this level because he's done it, throughout his entire career. So the Rams are in, AD, your Rams are in a good spot, man. They are looking good right now.
Yeah, they are playing some good ball, man.
Who's got a better jumper, you or him?
He can shoot. Staff can shoot. We've got similar games, as you might expect.
All offense, no defense?
No, both of us just D you up a little bit. I mean, there's competitiveness in there, but both of us shooters first. Maybe not the greatest ball handlers, but shooters first. If you give us some space, we'll make you pay.
As for the NFL, we've had our second head coach fired with Brian Daboll, and Ryan Clark tweeted this out from ESPN. It's time to have the Jackson Dart conversation. He's taken way too many hits. This young man isn't supposed to be Allen or Jackson. He's not Daniels or Newton. He's a stud, but don't put him at risk so often. He can't save your job if he isn't on the field. Matt, what's your philosophy on taking hits? Is there a fine line between, being tough and being reckless?
Yeah. I mean, you've got to be out there. You've got to be available to play. When you're a franchise quarterback, I think, we've talked about this with Matthew Stafford. One of the things that's so impressive is the consistency. Now, has had times in his career where you're out and you miss time, but, we need you out there week in and week out, and we can't, as a player, you can't put yourself in harm's way if you can avoid it. And I think that's the biggest thing. As a quarterback, there are situations where you can avoid it. And that starts with running with the football in the open field. And, I love the way he plays. I love the competitiveness. I love the physicality, the toughness, all of those things. But there's a time and a place. And the time and a place is on critical third or fourth downs in the fourth quarter. It's not in the first, second, or third quarter in the regular season. I think that is something you have to learn as a young player, and I think he will. He's fun to watch. I think from a fan's perspective, we all sit there and watch him. He is fun to watch and love the way he plays, but he's got to be out there week in and week out. And I think, I've said it, whether it was here or on our show on CBS, there's just too many visits to the blue tent. And too many of those are self-inflicted. And so I think that's something he'll learn, he'll grow into. But this has to be a good lesson for him early on in his career, where we can't be visiting that blue tent, every week. We've got to find ways to stay on the field and stay healthy.
I've been taking a beating for sure. I was watching that game last week. I'm like, God, just fly down. Like, I love the toughness, but lowering your shoulder, you're too important of a piece to be taking a punishment like that every single week. But last week alone, he took a lot of big hits, and I'm like, you got to eliminate that a little bit, man. He can get away with it now, a little young. But
yeah.
Like long term, that's not going to work. It's just not. It's too physical.
AB, I posed this question to you. Like, what do you want from your quarterback? You don't need him to prove how tough he is, right? As a defender, you need him to go out there and perform and be out there and be available, correct?
100%. You want the toughness, but toughness ain't lowering your shoulder trying to run somebody over every time you got the ball. Like, I want you to make smart decisions. I want you to, be tough, take a hit, be able to get back up. But I don't want you to take that type of punishment. I would never allow that. Like, if I was Matthew Stafford out there getting hit like that, I'm going to the sideline. I'm like, hey, bro, listen, I love how tough you are. Come on, man. We need you, bro. Like, I seen hits like that to him, and I told him like this, bro, we got kids, right? Don't be taking that type of punishment to the point where definitely when it pertains getting hit in the head, like this part, don't play around with that. Like, you cannot, man. So, you love the toughness, all that good stuff, but you don't want him to take that punishment. He's too important to do that. If you're thinking long term, it ain't going to work like that.
Zach, I was just moving on another topic. Joe Banner, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's former general manager for the Eagles long time before Howie Roseman and then is the Cleveland Browns as well. And he tweeted out, he says, it's annoying that people keep claiming the Giants are very talented. Burns is the only D lineman playing well.
What's that? Todd?
That's your ringtone?
Who's calling, Todd? You got breaking news?
Is that a ringtone, Todd?
I don't know what's happening.
This is the music playing on your phone, dog. We got his workout playlist. We got Todd's workout playlist.
That's my kids in the phone. Hold on.
Is that Backstreet Boys?
Okay, listen. So he tweeted out, annoying that people keep claiming the Giants are very talented. Burns is the only D lineman playing well. O-line sucks. Tight end isn't doing much. Sadly shows the value of media relationships. And so Z, like, you've been around for a while in different front offices with the Falcons and in other cities as well. How much truth is there to that? Does the media favor shape a team's reputation? Have you ever done favors or been asked to do favors for teams? Like, how does that work from a media perspective with front offices?
Yeah, no favors, Todd, but I do believe he's right on that if you have a really strong relationship with those in the front office or those athletes, let's go back to the front office. If you have a strong relationship, you're less critical all the time. And I think it buys whoever is in that front office one more year. I thought we saw it with the Falcons. I had a really good relationship with Thomas Dimitroff. He was getting absolutely crushed, right before the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, and everybody wanted him fired. And I wrote an op-ed piece for the TV station. Just everybody was killing him for X, Y, and Z, and I was bringing up points. If you're going to kill him for this, you got to bring up the fact that he found a Grady Jarrett in the 5th round. If you're going to kill him for this, you got to bring up the fact that they found a Devontae Freeman in the 4th round. It's just kind of balancing out the narrative that was going on. And I don't know if it worked. There's people in the building that said it did, and it saved him for the moment. And then they go to the Super Bowl, he gets a contract extension, et cetera. So did it have some value at the time? Maybe. But the relationship and bringing it public and pointing out some things definitely helped, I think. So I think it would buy the individual, Todd, an extra year, but no way are media members doing favors to make shit up. That's just not happening.
Got it.
As for you, though, when you got the situation in New York, the general manager stays, but they have an interim head coach. So how does that affect what you're dealing with in terms of, future contracts, clients on the team, when you have, at the meantime, stability in the front office, but the coaching staff could look different the following year?
I mean, it definitely has an impact. Well, first of all, like, who has the 53-man roster control, right? Is it the new head coach? Is it the general manager? You could have an owner who's a little hesitant to invest in a player until that head coach is settled in and they understand exactly what they're doing moving forward. You have to assume that the GM would want the new head coach's buy-in before they go pay a player and give him time to evaluate that guy and know how he fits in with their scheme moving forward. And for the most part, the new head coach and GM, if you think about it, not always, but a lot of time they're kind of tied together. And if maybe a GM might get two coaches or whatever it might be, and at that point, they're both going to be gone if it doesn't work out. So I think they want buy-in there. And then as it relates to guys that are actually on the team, of course it matters because you can have a guy who fits a perfect scheme of a 3-4, let's say, but this new head coach comes in and he's bringing in a 4-3. And you'd like to think that when teams are building their rosters, they're building it based on the talent that fits the scheme of the coach. Well, when you bring in a new coach, it doesn't always work that way. So there's a process of filtering out and filtering in new guys to fit the new system. So that definitely matters. And, a head coach, he's inheriting the roster. So his love, so to speak, for that player or him having a quote unquote putting a stamp on it for that player isn't the same as if that head coach and that GM together drafted that guy, where every benefit of the doubt is going to be given to that guy. More leeway, more runway is going to be given for that guy to succeed. So there's all these moving parts and different things that are involved with it. But, having a head coach, a new head coach or a GM or replacing one or the other, like it affects everything. Guys on the current roster, guys being acquired, contracts, everything for sure.
I'm kind of curious too, going back to Joe Banner's comments, like I'm in the national media and I'm curious, like who's been all over the Giants of thinking that they've been great? Because I haven't seen that.
I think they just been juicing up the dark kid a lot when he first got in there. They've been loving up on him, but that's it. That's all though. That's all I've been hearing.
That's it. The stuff I have seen has not been that their offensive line has been great, that their defensive line hasn't underperformed given some of the players that they've had. The storyline and the narrative, at least from my perspective, has been Jackson Dart has infused a level of energy into this team. Cam Scattaboo, when he was healthy, infused a level of energy into this team, and they've been fun to watch, but they've blown leads at the end of games. I think those are all fair, narratives about the Giants. But I feel like I'm pretty dialed in too, particularly because we work in New York and seeing a lot of the stuff that is up there. I haven't seen people praising, the offensive line or the defensive line production. In fact, I've seen the opposite from players, former players with the Giants criticizing players with that D-line. So, in a little bit of a way, it seems like to me, Joe Banner, and I was a fan of Joe's because I was an Eagles fan growing up.
That's right.
And he was bringing in those people, but it sounds to me like there's still a little divisional rivalry. Kind of that stuff never leaves, right? I'm going to take a shot at the Giants here where I can.
When there is coaching changes and stuff like that, whether it's in season or after the season, and they bring a new guy in, is it annoying to you guys? New playbook, new terminology, new everything, and it could be the same type of thing, but there's definitely a learning curve and an adjustment with a new coach, I would assume.
Well, in the mid-season, when I had like stuff happen like that with Coach Fish, right, getting fired, it was never like coaches. You got your same coaches. The head coach changed for me on my end, but from a playbook standpoint, it was the same stuff, right? And typically,
the following season,
we had Sean McVay. So it was one of them things where it was a plus. It's one of them things we talked about before, where you don't know what to expect, you don't know what's going to come. You hear the good shit. He say all the good stuff you want to hear, but you got to play the game and see how the season go, and for you to build that confidence with that coaching staff, right? And obviously, they're going to coach as new coaches come in. They understand the players they got already, right? They're going to try to put your guys in the best position to have success, scheming wise, whatever. If I'm a 4-3 defensive lineman, they're not going to go a true 3-man front, right? And go, okay, Aaron, 270 pounds at the time. You got a 2-gap, right? That's not the way you play. They're going to play to your strengths. Okay, we're going to play this new age 3-man front. That's really like a 4-man front. You got your 4-eye, you got your nose tackle. You still got your 3-tech, which I am. You got your Whale and your Sam on the outsides, right? And it's still the same thing. You just got guys standing up now. And I'm still able to play the same way, be aggressive, with Wade, he was able to put me in situations where I was able to be successful, still be a penetrator, get upfield. But at the same time, you got to play technique football. You got to be able to, half on that 4-eye. You got to be able to hold that double team on that 3-tech sometimes. So if a smart coach, typically, he going to play to his players' strengths. That's because the main thing, you don't want to put your guys in situations where they can't be successful, because if they're not successful on the field, typically your team ain't going to be successful, right? Coaches coach, players play. So you put your guys in the best positions to have success. And typically when you got a good coach, they do that. If you got a coach that trying to change the scheme or do something different, then typically they're going to get rid of them guys and bring the guys they need in to help them get to where they want to get to. So
I think it's situational dependent. If you have a player like AD's talking about his lived experience after Jeff Fisher moves on and Sean McVay comes in. When you have Aaron Donald in your building, you'd be a fool to hire somebody that wants to run a 3-4.
Right.
You have to hire around who is there and how they're there. But AD's situation is different. Not every player is of his standard and his caliber. And so I think there is that tough mix for a lot of players of, you know what, I might be the odd man out here because who we brought in, they did not value me in the same level that they value Aaron Donald, and I'm not a fit for this type of scheme. And Todd, that'd be something, I know players are calling you about immediately as new coaches come in, like, I got to get out of here, or the writing's on the wall, I'm probably going to be out of here because this doesn't fit what I do.
I've seen that
100%.
too.
There's a huge learning curve with that, and players know what the coach is going to be doing, and sometimes they know it right in the moment, and sometimes a whole new coach comes in, and it's shocking. Sometimes the feedback you get from players with the coaching staff, whether it's a guy who's never played the position or how they're teaching it, even at the highest of levels at the NFL, there are questions and frustrations from the players in terms of how they're learning and what they're being taught, and agreeing or disagreeing with the coach's style or what they want out of the player. It happens, unfortunately, daily.
Yeah, I seen all of it too. I seen it all, been a part of it all, to the point where you've been playing with guys for 4 years and then new coach come, they clean house. It's like, damn. Now you got to build that new repetition, you core with a new group of guys, chemistry. So that all play a part in it, man. So that's just the life of the NFL football, though.
So it leads me into what's going on, Matt and AD, in Washington and then in Detroit, where you had Dan Campbell, the head coach. He's now calling the offensive plays, and in Washington, you got Dan Quinn calling the defensive plays midseason. They made the switch. They're taking over for their respective offensive, defensive coordinators. So while the terminology is the same, Matt, you now have a new voice, a new cadence, a new rhythm, a new flow in your headset. What's the adjustment period for that? And AD, if you see this, your defensive coordinator now demoted and somebody else calling the plays, what does that do for the locker room and the defense side of the ball? Matt, I'll start with you on just the cadence and the flow when the head coach becomes a coordinator.
In my entire life, high school, college, NFL, I'd never had a change in play caller during a season. Not once. And so, I'd be lying if I told you I knew what it was like. I don't. I've had transitions at the end of seasons, different play callers come in, but I've always had an off season or a preseason or an opportunity to iron out some of those kinks prior to the season starting. Never had a change like that on the offensive side of the ball. My gut is, I think it's, the words aren't changing, right? The language part of it is not changing. It's maybe just a little bit different voice, but I think the thing you have to, at least from the quarterback's perspective, you got to get used to that voice in your ear and how it comes in. We could have one play call that's like, gun, trips right, 3-jet jaws, X drift, can, 35 Wanda. And a certain play caller will call it slow like that. Gun, trips right, 3-jet jaws, X drift, can, 35 Wanda. Another play caller will come in and be like, all right, here we go. We're going to go 11 personnel. Gun, trips right, 3-jet jaws, X drift, 35 Wanda, kill. All right, on one. Ready? Boom.
Say that shit again.
Yeah, exactly. Just how it comes in is different. And there's a flow and a feeling to how things come in. There's a timing to the play calling, right? Like some people, a play might finish, and before the ball's even spotted, you might have somebody in your ear saying, okay, hey, we're going to stay in 11 personnel. We're going to go double right, 19 Wanda, can, 18 zap. Or you could have somebody that's in there and clicks on, like Matthew Stafford was talking about in our interview, and stays on there, and you hear the full conversation with the rest of the staff. What do you think about this one? I kind of like it. I don't like that. I like this. All right, we'll go with, double right, 3-jet, Z Chevy, ex-captain. And then you hear all of that and you're like, man, he doesn't sound sold on that play call right there. Like, I don't really know. I don't know if I like that one.
I never thought about that though. Like the rhythm of it, the voice. That's crazy. That's crazy. I never thought about that.
Those are all the things that would be different for a player.
Hey, Matt, real quick. When you were in Indy, didn't you have a few play callers there, my man? You said you didn't have any.
Yeah, listen.
Block it out.
I completely forgot about that. I think AD, one of the most important things you can have as a quarterback is selective amnesia. You just completely forget about things. I was thinking about college. I was thinking about my time in Atlanta. I forgot about Indy. And you know what? It was hard. It was hard, Zach. That's all I'll say about that.
There you go. Before we get AD's take on the defense, I want to follow up quickly on the play calling, Matt, because why wouldn't you have some quarterbacks have the play sheet on their wrist? Instead of saying trips right, 35-1 or whatever it is, why can't they play 2, play 3? Because you think it gives you more time to communicate, et cetera.
You can, and there is. That's a valid argument of, hey, we've got our call sheet right out like this, and I'm going to go, okay, play 39, flip it. Everything's based on left hash when you do one of those call sheets and you have a wristband. Every play 1 through 150 is based on a left hash call, and so it is faster to communicate it to say, all right, go flip 15. And that means it's a right hash call. It's play 15. I'm going to flip the directions, the numbers, whatever. And a lot of people are wired that way. I didn't like that. I did it my last year in Indy, where it came in, and my whole career, 14 years prior to it, it would come in like I was saying. You'd get the play call. And I didn't like it because part of how my brain operated,
gotcha.
Like the picture was painted for me from hearing it. And I just knew the game plan so I could fire it back and knew how things were situated. When you hear play 37, you're reading it to them and there isn't that visualization. It was just different for how my brain was wired. I was just reading, I write 19 weak can 18 force ready break. Okay. Then as I was walking to the line of scrimmage,
that's what
I was then visualizing it. And so
it slowed your process down.
Yeah, it was just a different process, and it just hit me differently. And a lot of people grow up that way. I just didn't grow up that way, and it is the old dog, new tricks. Like I didn't realize how much my brain was conditioned to hear it one way, to visualize it one way, to break the huddle one way. The other thing I struggled with off the wristband was not being able to give a subtle reminder to somebody because I was reading it for the first time to them. And, on certain plays with a route, there might be something like Matthew Stafford was talking about with Sean McVay in his ear where, I just want to give a reminder to my F right here that if they blitz 2 off that side, you're hot. Because I know it, because I heard it. And before I would even call the play, I would say, Russell Gage, heads up. They bring 2 off that side. You're hot here, okay? We're going to go gun double right, 2-jet F choice stucco on 1. Ready? Boom. But I like to be able to give reminders to guys prior to it. And it's difficult to do with a wristband.
That's crazy.
That's fascinating.
I was just all into that. I was all into that. That's like real rap. That's crazy. Your mind towards
it. That's good stuff, Matt. Way to break that down. It was really cool. Because to me, everybody talks about, the delay in the play calls and getting things in, and they're told so long, and then you get next thing you know, you got 8 seconds on the play clock, and everybody's rushing. Play 2, play 17.
Just mess up the flow.
The way your brain works.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought about it like that because I was never a damn quarterback neither. So.
But you did ball on defense, and going back to what Dan Quinn and the Washington Commanders are doing with the DC, then demoted, Dan taking over. AD, how do you think the defense would react? Is there still that same trust in the quote unquote former defensive coordinator? How would you react if in the middle of a season your head coach is now calling defensive plays?
Well, I feel like typically changes happen for a reason, right? Something's not getting done on the defense side of the ball where somebody needs to step in and help a little bit. So. As long as we go out there and they show me we're going to have success more than what we had prior to, I'm fine with it, right? That's just the nature of the game. You got to be able to adapt, adjust, definitely with different things that happen through a season, long season, a lot of ups and downs. So I don't think it's no big deal. As long as the play calling, terminology is going to be the same. Maybe he's going to put his own little sauce on it, maybe add a couple of little different blitz games and certain things like that can help the defense be a lot better. But as long as the success is better than what it was prior to, it's no problem at all. It's simple. In my eyes, that's how I see it. It wasn't nothing. I wouldn't panic or be like, oh, damn, I want my coach. No, if he got the whole reason for, whatever the situation was with him demoting the guy and him stepping into that role, it's for a reason, right? He's not getting the job done. It's a production business. What have you done for me lately, right? So same thing as a player that's in the NFL. If you're playing the game and your production's not there, typically what's going to happen? They're going to bench your ass or get rid of you. So, you gotta be production. It's about being productive. It's a production business, man. So you got to find ways, and I go for everybody, not just the players, I go for the coaches too. So,
well, he's not going to be calling a play for Daron Payne, Dan Quinn, because he's suspended for Washington for one game for throwing a punch. AD, can you relate to this at all? Were you frustrated after maybe the Seahawks game or Devontae Freeman throwing a punch at you?
I'm pretty sure. That was funny. No, I'm pretty sure they frustrated how the season's going, but I don't know what was sad, what was going on for him to even react like that. 'Cause that was just like a blackout moment, right? We all have them, but the ball your fist out and throw it like a full-blown punch, it must have been something going on between them two or whatever it was. But I understand the frustration, but as you get older, you understand that you're more important to your team on the field than, off the field. You got a better chance of having all your guys out there if you want to, trying to win some games. I know their season's going down the drain, but your best players got to be on the field, got to be able to perform, got to be able to help you. And we all make silly mistakes, right? I don't know what happened. I don't know the situation. I don't know what was said, because I did a lot of silly stuff in my days when I played. But emotions flare sometimes. You got to kind of control that, But I've been through a lot of little fights and little scrumbles, whatever you want to call it. A lot of them. So I've been. Guys threw punches at me, but I typically just pick them up and just say, "Chill out, man. You're too small."
I'm up and tell them, chill out.
Hey, how was that? Did y'all tease him after that, Matt? Did y'all talk about that at all in the locker room? Yeah,
oh
Freeman.
My gosh, man!
Like what was he saying?
I love Devontae, and we were frustrated. We were struggling at that time too, but it was like when we did kind of laugh about it, and we told him it looked like, the 6-year-old brother trying to fight the 14-year-old brother, where they just just stop, dude. Just stop.
I'm like,
you got to give him credit, though. He wasn't going to back down.
He wasn't. But I'm like, he
wasn't going to back down.
I got the ball. I think I did like a screenplay, and he tried to hit me, and I'm laughing. I'm thinking he's playing, and he's trying to. I'm like, man, get out of here. I pushed his ass back, and I'm like, what's going on here, man? I ain't never had a problem with this guy. Why are you trying to? Come on, man.
It's one of the things I loved about Devontae. He would not back down from anybody. Would not back down.
And he started the damn fight. I'm like, golly, come on, man. What we doing, big dog? It's all good, man. It's all good.
In what way do suspensions affect contracts, if at all?
Yeah, no, they do, or they can, I should say. Like there's a clause, a paragraph in your contracts called default language, and in the default language, there's always language that says if a player is suspended for whether it be conduct detrimental or whether it be for the substance abuse or for performance enhancing, whatever it might be. In this case, it would be conduct detrimental. You could void your remaining guarantees in your contract. Now, there are different caveats to all that, whether it's all the future guarantees or whether that's that year only. But I believe in Daron Payne's, it actually has a carve out for anything more than 2 games. So suspended for 1 game, it doesn't affect his at all, other than he's going to miss a paycheck for the week. But and when I say guys' guarantees get voided, it doesn't mean they don't get it. It just means in a case where it did get voided, it just means the guarantee comes off of that money. And so if the guy were to be released at some point later, then that money that he quote unquote had guaranteed, he would not receive. But in this case, it's not that. So yeah, it does impact it. So yeah, you got to control your emotions and all that stuff, because everything is tied to everything. And these teams, if there's a way for them to put little loopholes in to be able to claw back money, I mean, believe me, they're going to try to do that for sure.
All right, ADs, we're wrapping up here. We got the 2-minute drill coming up. We want to talk about your big weekend ahead. But first, Aaron Donald's player or players of the week are?
So we're going to start Thursday Night Football with that Denver defense. I think they played great football. Zach Allen was out there making plays, but Benito, he's coming off that edge, man. He got 1.5 sacks, 5 tackles, but the pressure and the quarterback ways he was able to affect Geno, I think they put a beating on him. He made him frustrated all game, wasn't able to settle his feet, had him all over the place. So kudos to that defense with the Broncos, man. But my number one guy, we're going to go Monday Night Football last night. I think that Eagles defense, I think it was great defense on both sides of the ball, but that Eagles defense looked good. I think they got after love, right? When you're talking about making the quarterback uncomfortable, not letting him settle his feet, not letting him get into a rhythm. I think they did an amazing job with doing that, man. And my defensive player of the week will be Jalen Phillips. His debut with the Eagles, 7 pressures, 6 tackles, 2 quarterback hits, 1 fumble recovery, and obviously the game-winning 4th down stop. And his debut, man, was letting the Eagles know y'all made the right decision with bringing me here. He's with a winning team, and he showed what he's all about, man. So my player of the week this week is Jalen Phillips, man. And he did it, hey, clap it up. And he did it Monday night, man, primetime game, man. But that was a hell of a game. I know a lot of people was like, the game's so boring. I'm like, as a defensive player, I loved it because you seen some good defensive plays out there. I think Green Bay played some good defense. I think they gave up that one play with that 41-yard pass to Barkley, Saquon. I forgot his name for a second. Saquon, and then that deep ball they got. But I think they played good on both sides of the ball. But the Eagles played lights out to me.
Congrats to Jalen, stepping up in a big way right away, man. Unbelievable. All right, Matt, we got a 2-minute drill this week.
All right, we're going to start with Todd. All right,
okay.
Todd.
Oh boy, here it goes.
We've been working out a little bit. Todd showed up to the workouts. I give him credit. Number 1.
Clap it up.
Clap it up. Clap it up for Todd.
I'm the first one there, but go ahead.
Just because you're early doesn't mean you work the hardest, but that's okay. Don't Todd, how's the body feeling? All right, you've been 2 workouts in. We're working out with our guy Ryan Alexander. He's kind of setting up the workouts. How's the body feeling? What do we think of the workouts so far?
Great. I think the first one was a little bit of a teaser. I was like, oh, I can easily do this. I think the second time I came back was like a times 10 harder. But it was great. I love it. And I'm actually not too sore. I'm pretty good because it's not like I haven't been working out, but it's just different stuff. So it's good.
Okay. Self-suck right there. I've been working out. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I mean, I don't have the groin flexibility that you do on that one exercise.
That's right.
I was like, holy cow.
Let everybody know, Todd. Let everybody know.
Well, just
AD, you're up Pitt ND this weekend. Coach had some comments about that game. We're not going to touch that. Well, give me a prediction. What's Pitt do this weekend?
Well, I don't know, man. Hopefully a win. I don't like to predict. We're going to see. We got to let the game play out and see, man. Let the game play out and see. No predictions.
You sound too confident, Matt, but I respect
Sounds like the
coach.
Neutral. Sounds like the coach himself. Okay.
Confidence in Pitt, man.
I love it. Zach, we're switching over to you. Big game in the SEC this week. Georgia taking on Texas. Number 1 storyline you're looking for?
To see if Arch Manning can shine under the bright primetime lights, to see if Georgia's defense get off to a quick start, and if Gunnar Stockton can continue to play just this even keel, solid football. Turnovers are not in his repertoire. So I'm looking forward to the Gunnar versus Arch primetime Georgia top 10 matchup.
All right, rapid fire here down the line. Todd first. How will Matthew Stafford be remembered? A dog, a lion, or a ram in your mind?
A ram. Super Bowl.
Ram.
AD.
All the above. Shit, I don't know, man. Because he's a dog, ram, lion. Let's say ram. And I got to say dog. He's a dog, man. He's a dog.
Yeah,
he's a
go
dog.
Dogs. All right. Forever, he'll be a good glue guy on the Wyuka Church Baptist Road, whatever that league was. He was a hell of a teammate. Shout out to Matthew for joining us.
Yes, sir.
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
That was
awesome.
Good stuff.
That was great.
Shout out. And speaking of shout outs, man, let's give it up to AD. Let's clap it up for him. Congratulations. Going to Pitt.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Much love, man. A halftime of Notre Dame, the jersey retirement. What do you think that moment will be like for you and your family?
Probably emotional for me. Probably emotional for the family as well, man. Obviously, you kind of reflect on your journey, right? Trying to find a college to go to. Who wanted me, right? Everybody was saying, he ain't the biggest guy. You get that one opportunity to go out there and you had a career you did in college. And obviously, you fast forward that to the NFL and being retired now, and still reaping the benefits what I did from playing the game. It's a blessing, man. So I don't know. My eyes might tear up a little bit. We're going to see, man. I'm an emotional person, but I'm an in-the-moment type of guy, man. I'm just going to take it all in, enjoy it, and hopefully it'll be a big win for the Pitt. My Pitt Panthers against a good Notre Dame team. So
it's unbelievable. Unbelievable, AD.
Appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
what's the deal?
It's incredible.
Are we giving a little speech? Do you get a little speech to the fans at halftime?
I don't know, man. I'm still waiting for my itinerary. I'm like, I know, college game day's coming now, so I think I got something Friday with them and then Saturday before the game. So I don't know. I'd probably do a little speech to the team before they go out there and play, man. Get them all riled up, juiced up, and ready to knock somebody's head off. So that's about it.
You need to record that on your iPhone and bring that into the podcast next week. I'd love to hear your speech pregame.
I wear my meta glasses.
Yeah, for sure.
AD, I was on social media. They had a clip from Pitt football, and then some of the highlights were like all of this Georgia Tech game, and I'm laughing at it because I remember we spoke before that when you were in college.
And I was recruiting
you. It's not going to be a good game. They played this weird offense. They're just going to chip me and and cut me, and I'm just not going to have stats. And meanwhile, like probably one of your best statistical games in your college career. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's one of them. Because we played Navy, I think 2 weeks before that, and it's similar kind of. They just cut you, right? So I'm like, I watched the film. I'm like, hold on. All they doing is jumping at my. How about I just move my ass out the way, move around them, and just get in the backfield? And that's all they did. I'm like, half the time they wasn't even blocking me. They just jumping at my legs. I'm just stepping to the side in the backfield. So, hey, I appreciate it, man. My stat line was good that day.
Studying film, AD. Congrats, though, man.
Man. Clap it up,
so
AD. Congratulations.
I appreciate it, fellas. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, we love you, bud. Safe travels. Enjoy the moment, and just take it all in. Soak it up. Well deserved.
Yes.
Epic episode here on the Inner Circle from Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, Todd France, Aaron Donald. I'm Zach Klein. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe, like, tell a friend, and we'll see you next week on the Inner Circle Pod.